That's even better.
It's louder.
Do you mean us harm? Okay. Were you here during the war?
So loud. That's loud. That is it before. Here, I can barely hear it.
Welcome back to RF West Raynham in Norfolk. We call it the Silent Town. It has been abandoned since 1994, an awesome site, and the site for tonight and tomorrow night of the Most Haunted live investigation, which has started in amazing style. Words in French, lots of knocking, and those curious high-pitched noises which our sound department is analysing. Let's get an update now and introduce you again to our history experts, John Callow and Miriam Cook. Those words in French, were the French ever based here, Miriam?
Because there were French, yeah, there was a French squadron here at the base. It was actually formed at the base. It was the Lorraine squadron, and it was here in 1943. It's a very short period, and then it left in May.
So that's verified the fact that French would have been spoken here at one time then, John?
Yeah, that's right. And of course there was an enormous French contribution to the Battle of Britain and to the whole war effort. There was really a sort of coming together. If you think Europe is occupied, so the French, Danes, even anti-fascist Germans were all getting out and joining the fight for freedom in
And I suppose that's
Britain.
one of the huge differences between us and the Nazis. We had allies, they had subjects. They regard their conquered people as Untermenschen, subhuman.
That's right. And when we talk about Germans, what Churchill was always very keen to do was make a distinction between the German people and the Nazis, which he, of course, mispronounced on purpose.
Thank you for the moment, John and Miriam. Of course, we want to hear from you. Loads for you to comment on. The webcams are active. Julian Clegg has more. Julian.
Thank you very much indeed, Paul. Yes, tonight I want to hear from you about the sounds that we're hearing. I want your stories about the officers' mess, about room 7, and of course if there's any Morse code on the show again tonight, please interpret it and let us know, because you were invaluable on the show last night. Let's look at the interactive map where our webcams are tonight in the officers' mess. There it is, webcam 1 tonight. Let's have a look, see where that is this evening. It's in room 7, of course. You've already been talking about that on the first floor. The bar area on the ground floor, webcam 2. Webcam 3 tonight, the corridor on the ground floor, and finally webcam 4 in the dining hall. Let's go around the webcams right now and see what you're seeing. First of all, webcam 1, thank you very much indeed for all your messages. Jodie and Stevenage, there's a tall figure laying on the top bunk bed. We've had several messages saying that already. And Angela from Merseyside says, I can see 2 RAF men fighting in the room where the bunk beds are. Looks like a rowdy one tonight, guys. So investigation team, be careful. Webcam 2, the bar area on the ground floor. There it is, Dylan from Glasgow. There were a group of officers standing around by the webcam talking to each other, and then they just disappeared. Dylan, thank you. And Damien and Louise in Southampton, we can see footprints walking along the floor by the window on webcam 2. Webcam 3 in the corridor, let's bring that up. There it is, Gordon from Ramsgate. I have Morse code on the camera in the corridor. Several of you said that about Morse code this evening. And Simon from Milton Keynes, there is a man's face on the wall next to the window. He looks like he's very angry about something. Thank you, Simon. Webcam 4, the dining hall. Let's bring that one up there, the tables and chairs and so on. Robin in West Kingsdown, there appears to be a figure standing by the serving hatch. And Lauren in Worcester, there was a figure behind one of the chairs. It looks like a little girl or a little boy. Now, what are you going to see on those webcams? Go to the website to look at them, and then, of course, let me know what you have to say and your messages, please. This is how you can get in touch. You can text me, text the word screen, then a space, then your message to 80889. The text costs 50p plus 1 standard rate message. Don't forget to say who you are and where you're from, and you must be over 18 to get in touch, by the way, with Most Haunted Live. We're also running a great competition again this time with your chance to win 2 Virgin Experience days. This is really nice, actually. A ghost hunting experience, including a paranormal investigator and a clairvoyant medium at one of Britain's most haunted locations. 2 winners walking off with that pair of tickets, and there's more. You'll walk off with tickets for the next Most Haunted Live UK event, and 7 runners-up walk off with those tickets as well. All you have to do is answer this question. Can you tell me what our last Most Haunted Live was called? Was it 1, the 7 Sisters of Sin, 2, the 5 Fickle Fingers of Fate, or 3, the 8 Faces of Evil? If you think you know, pick up the phone and dial me now. Here's the number, 09012 933 666. That's 09012 933 666. The calls cost £1 from a BT landline. Calls from other networks may be higher, and from mobiles will be considerably more. You must be over 18 to get in touch, and remember to seek the bill payer's permission before calling. Entries close at midnight on Sunday the 24th of January. Entries made after closing time will not be counted but may be still charged, and the competition not open to people in the Republic of Ireland. Sorry about that, and of course details at mosthauntedlive.net. Final thoughts on the French. The French voices, says Bill and East Grinstead, might be Canadians, because we had a lot of Canadian pilots flying with the RAF during the war. Also the word that Chris sounded very much like Allemagne, which of course is the French for Germany. I wonder. Bill, thank you very much indeed. More from Interactive later. Paul, back to you.
Thank you, Julian. Do please keep in touch, and with us throughout the show we have Phil Wyman, our paranormal investigator. Phil, have you ever heard anything like those high-pitched squirts of noise?
I haven't, no, to be honest. I've been listening to it behind the stage there, trying to work out what exactly it could be, whether it's perhaps spirit activity, whether it's some kind of animal. But I'm really looking forward to what experiments we get up to later on, and hopefully we can find out what exactly is causing that noise.
And before the show I was talking to a chap in the audience called Graham, who's a retired hovercraft technician, and he was asking, were any experiments done here? Because maybe there was some form of sound experimentation done here, and that is being used to try and communicate with us. How important is science in paranormal investigation?
I think it's very important. Of course, when we say ghost hunting, everybody kind of imagines the medium and the psychic involved. But we use different pieces of equipment, and hopefully as science progresses, we're going to have eventually some piece of equipment that will give us a definite answer to whether ghosts exist or not.
I can tell how excited you are tonight. Thank you for the moment, Phil Wyman. I hope you're excited at home. This is Most Haunted Live. The investigation continues, and it's going to be a cracker tonight after this. Welcome back to part 3 of tonight's Most Haunted Live. It is the Silent Town, the town in question being the abandoned RAF base in Norfolk, known as West Raynham. The investigation began at 9 o'clock. We've had some amazing results, and the investigation, led by Yvette Fielding Karl Beattie, is about to continue. Let's get straight back to the abandoned officers' mess right now.
Thanks very much, Paul. Well, we are so excited about the noises that we have caught. We cannot believe those strange noises. You've never heard anything like it. Our technical sound team have never heard anything like it. I think it's newsworthy. I'm throwing the gauntlet down, and I'm saying any scientist now that can listen to those sounds that will play back in a little while, if you think you know what they are, if you think you have an answer, then please, please, please get in touch with us, because this is a first for Most Haunted, and I am absolutely sure, and I'm sure you'll back me up, this is a first in the paranormal world. It's absolutely extraordinary. Do you agree?
In terms of the actual sound itself, it's truly unique in terms of a paranormal investigation, in terms of hearing that sound. It's just very odd what actually is it. Yeah.
Let's carry on with the rest of the investigation. Okay, so let's go on up this way. Now, Chris, you already picked up on these French soldiers here.
Yes.
But you also mentioned in the break that you were getting some English RAF gentlemen through. Can you just give us more information about them?
It's only one that I'm getting through at the moment. Yeah, his name's Hugh.
Right.
Okay. So
you mentioned him before.
Yeah. I've got a second name, but again, I'll give you that later.
Okay.
Maybe that checked out. Hugh's telling me that during the break he was sort of communicating with me, and it's a very early year for the war, but he gave me 1940, and he was saying that he used to fly from here. He was a pilot. But an officer as well, and he was telling me that he used to go on bombing missions across to Germany, not for buildings, but he was telling me it was specific targets they were giving them, and he didn't die on any of these missions. Again, he's passed one after the war, but he's came back to this place because it's where he was fighting.
Can he give you something a little bit more specific? Sorry to push you, and I know Kieran will be keen for this as well. Something that only he would know about RAF Raynham, where we are, that then can be verified by our historians.
Yeah,
can you ask him that?
Yeah, we'll see what we can get.
Do you want to keep asking? I'll keep talking, and then you can give me that later on. Yeah, let's go into one of these. What's through there at the end? Is that just another long corridor? What? Someone's losing pain.
Shit. The moan, that was
That was horrible.
Where?
I don't know, it was just here, it was around, it was like a moan. We both looked at each other exactly the same time. Stu took about 3 steps in that direction.
Right, do you know what we haven't done? We haven't done a call out or anything. No. Shall I just do one? Not do one as in go. Okay, you ready? Kieran, do you want to come up here?
Okay.
Right, everybody stand still.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? Keep still. Did you get that? How many of you are here, please? Knock out how many of you are here, please.
That moan was up there.
I know we got the moan. I know we did. Right, okay. But you don't know what to do, do you? You're getting halfway through the knocks, then you get a moan.
I didn't get a moan.
You didn't get it. It was too, no, it was too in the distance.